Hi, welcome to another edition of our Paterno Presser post 400 victory milestone. We'll let you talk real quick about the milestone. We've had a couple days to really savor everything. What a glorious moment in college football.
Yeah, no doubt. And you think about how charmed, how blessed Joe's career has really been. And, for it to happen here, I think, is what made it. I think it's pretty doubtful that it's going to happen in Columbus. It'll be a monumental upset. Penn State's a 17-point underdog. And then, if it didn't happen there, maybe it would happen. It probably would happen at FedEx Field, but it's a pro stadium. It's a noon game. I don't think it's going to be, obviously, near the atmosphere as what Penn State was able to roll out a tasteful celebration. I just thought it was just a beautiful tribute and, probably his last milestone. And if it was a great one.
Let's move ahead to today. We just finished Joe's weekly press conference. I was in Chicago for the Big Ten Media Days, August 2nd, and a lot of people around the country, a lot of media around the country really, hadn't seen Joe in a while then and kind of questioned some of his answers and everything. But I got to be honest with you, today, if you listen to the press conference on the radio or whatever, he just seemed kind of confused today, Neil.
Well, I don't think he was real sharp. I don't think he was real into it. Having watched him a long time, I think a lot of times he'll hear the first part of the question and just start to go off. You had asked him about her, you're trying to get him to say, well, how's McGloin handled this attention? And in doing that, you asked, because the McGloin-Herbstreit thing has been a fun thing.
It wasn't just that question. He was asked about screen passes, and he went into an analysis of the season. I mean, there were a good half dozen questions where he was asked, what is 2 + 2? And he would say, well, our linebackers, it was very odd today.
I don't think he was real sharp. I'm sure that the celebration probably lingered. You wonder, you passed that kind of a milestone. A lot of people were around. They probably had a party Saturday night. Maybe it was a later, maybe it disrupted his, just his whole, approach, and routine. And because I think he's been really good. I was not out in Chicago. I watched the videotape. I thought he was more delayed, his speech out there, than maybe he was here. But he was not hearing and misinterpreting a lot of questions.
His health has been good with this year. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think
as the season's gone on, he's looked really good. Now, his hearing has been a little off, but his health, people wondering, whether he's going to be back health-wise, he's looked good for a while.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't think he was real into it. And plus, you're staring down the barrel of Ohio State now. I think a lot of these Tuesdays have probably gotten a little old, and he kind of showed that today.
All right, let's move ahead. Big game this week. He even admitted, hey, this is a big game for us. This is Ohio State. This is the rival. This is Pennsylvania, Ohio. And Penn State is a 17-point underdog in this game.
Yeah, well, this is really their only chance. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that because Michigan State can come in here. Hopefully Michigan State won't lose anymore, and that could be a decent moment, would be their best win. But this would be their chance to really make a dent on the national scene, take a lot of momentum into the end of the season, and get a much better bowl game. So, you went on the road to Alabama, you went on the road to Iowa, and basically laid 2 eggs. So this is, in that sense, I think, a big opportunity.
Joe, the first question he was asked today, who's going to start at quarterback? He kind of hemmed and hawed and said, he didn't really give an answer. He called Rob Bolden blocker. But then he finally did say
might be a new role for him.
Yeah, then he did say that McGloin will start. So we're going to see Matt McGloin start. He's first on the depth chart. And, hey, Matt McGloin, the former walk-on, versus Terrell Pryor, the biggest recruit in the country.
Yeah, really an interesting dynamic. It just shows you, the whole recruiting process and the hype that surrounds recruiting. Here's a guy in Pryor that had canceled a press conference and all this national media attention. And here you have McGloin that had really no offers and came here as a walk-on. And it's such a neat story. I think they're playing with more swagger than they had before, but they've really never played well offensively in Columbus since they joined the Big Ten. So I think that's their challenge.
College Game Day from ESPN will be there. Kirk Herbstreit was on campus a little bit earlier today to interview Matt McGloin. McGloin said he's gunning for Herbstreit, so that's going to be a fun interview that we'll get to see Saturday morning. What's your score prediction?
You know, I picked it 28-20. I'm just wondering, I'm wondering if there's enough balance in the league that, Penn State's capable going out there and having a competitive game. I think they've built up some momentum. That said, they've not played well. They've had a lot of trouble with Ohio State's defense, particularly out there. I said 28-20. I'm probably giving them a little benefit of the doubt.
Well, we can go ahead and give your stat away now because this isn't going to appear on the web. But Neil did some research. Not once in a trip to Columbus has Penn State scored more than one touchdown. Now,
since joining the Big Ten.
Now, wrap your mind around that. That is an amazing stat. That's how good Ohio State's not more than one touchdown in any game. I got a 27-10. I think that streak continues. Ohio State's defense.
You're right on the number.
That's 17.
You got to pick it. They're going to cover or not.
I'm going 27-10. I'm going.
So you're waiting for the line to come down?
I'm saying the line's going to move, and I'm going 27-10 either way.
All right. Well, good luck with it.
All right. Good stuff. For Neil Rudel, I'm Cory Geiger. Thanks for tuning in.